Hello, Dan and Twinsies. Yes. Hi, how are y'all? Hope everyone's doing well. Give me a shout out. I'm trying a brand new, I got a slick line, God, I never can, Ethernet cable. Anon. Hello, Anon. How are you? Everything good? Y'all hear me? I've got the volume. Dorian Mabry. Hello, Dorian. Hello, Karen again. And Jim May. Who am I? I'm just some random internet guy. Rini Pini Medina. Pina Medina, the guy, the man, the legend. Leave my family alone. Who's bothering your family, Jim A? Yep, all good. I'm gonna have to turn this. This music seems louder. I've got it on the normal volume, but I went and bought, like I said, an Ethernet cable, and my mic sounds more crisp, and the music is more crisp. I'm curious, is the delay as bad as it was? Hello, Panna. Give me back my family. Jimmy, what in the world's going on with you and your family? Sarah Jane. Hello, Caleb. Hi, Caleb, and everyone on here. Game with DJ. Samantha Dunning. Hi. That's a long one. I have followed your story from the beginning and just think you're an amazing father and dad to your kids. Well, thank you, Samantha. That was my second ex-wife's name, Samantha. We get along. Not the one y'all are thinking about. The other one. Okay, so Anon's saying she doesn't hear the music. Maybe it's just my end. It's that's strange. Hello, T. Jimmy, I have no idea why I'm subscribed to you, but you seem chill, so I'm gonna stay. Well, cool. And I like your little profile picture, just some weird, strange blob. I hear that a lot. People that might have subscribed to me many, many years ago. Jimmy, did you ever see this 72-minute long video of this 14-year-old boy in his father's truck? It's just sitting there in front of his mother's house, and his mother just haggled him for 72 minutes and tried to get him out, tried every tactic under the sun to get him out, including calling the cops. And the cops told him he was free to go with his dad instead of his mother. Well, I'm the dad, and I was the guy holding the camera. So maybe you just subscribed many years ago, and I don't do that stuff anymore because I don't have to, because my children are grown, and I can speak freely. I can talk about things that I used to couldn't talk about because that's the nature of the crooked family courts. Okay, Samantha, you hear the music just fine. What about the lag? I'll get to the stuff I'm going to get to, but I just want to kind of chill and relax a little bit and stare at my alien. Is the lag? Is it doing the same? Is my voice sound the same? Because I go back and watch almost all of my own podcasts to learn from my own mistakes. Hello, Mazen. Oh yes, the video. I remember now. Okay, well, welcome, Jimmy. I'm glad you remembered. Cool. Yeah, it's a lot different setting now than it used to be. Candace Hudson. I came here from that 70-minute video. So proud of your son for standing up to his mother like that. Well, thank you, Candace Hudson. I do appreciate that. I'm enjoying being here, and I'm not back where that used to be. Those are rough time. Oh, Dan, and she nailed it, I think. No lag at all. Yes, hell yeah. That's what I was going for. Hello, Michaela. No lag. So good. Hell yeah, it worked. I thought the cable was gonna be like $60. It's like $15. Blaine and I went to work out today. We did back and biceps. God dang, I got the pump going today. He said he didn't have that good of a workout, but I got a good one. Then we stopped by Walmart. Have y'all ever seen peopleofwalmart.com? Kind of goes along with today's topic of trolls who routinely attack me and pretend that they don't like what I stand for. And what they really want is to use my content as clickbait for their own crap. But people of Walmart, there's a reason I hate Walmart. It doesn't matter what state in this fucking union I go to. Walmart is full of the weirdest people. There's 50 checkout lines, and today there was 3 lines open. And people are buying the dumbest shit. You kind of almost wouldn't know we're in a recession. The amount of crap that's just useless, mindless bull crap people are buying. What time is it for me? It is 8:06. I'm on the East Coast. I'm broadcasting from Okeechobee, Florida. I'm no longer in Texas, and I'm goddamn glad. Dwayne Hathaway, no lag here. This is awesome. I'm glad. Again, that cable that I only spent $15 on, I thought it was gonna be like 60 or 80. When you're broke as I am, that makes a difference. But $15, that was a hell of an investment. If there's no lag and sounds better, I'm glad. I really want to show Parker video of my stepdaughter. She wants to live with her dad and hates her narc mom. We'll show her. Loads of people have showed, both kids showed their parents and parents showed their kids the Parker movie. And that usually leads to minds churning and ideas coming up. Well, he tried this 9 years ago. We saw the aftermath. He went to jail for 7 years, for 60 days. But, people try new stuff and they come up with, that's what I want. I want you to come up with your own, just whatever, anything I've done, it's all free. You can all watch it for free on YouTube and come up with your own ideas and have success, and let these cheerins have a say, at least a little bit of a say at what happens with their own lives. And again, that is going to get into another thing that I'm talking about, and I'll just give a little preview. I'll just put it in the comment section. Their names are Ron and Sherry Palmer of Fix Family Sports. Here, I'll highlight that. Yes, Ron and Sherry Palmer, the confused, angry, bitter duo peddling books and using people like me to get attention. And they're not all wrong. I might be being a little bit too critical of them. They're not all wrong. I've watched a few of their YouTube videos today. They're not all wrong, but it's kind of like that guy that came on here a few weeks ago, Backwards Brian, attacking me, when come to find out, he was a fellow family court victim himself. And he didn't get some kind of justice back when he was in the family court, and he decided to take it out on yours truly. That's kind of the same realm of Ron and Sherry Palmer. Apparently, Sherry was married to somebody else many, many moons ago. And I'll get it. I want to talk to y'all for a little more, and I'll get to them in just a second. I just wanted to have it out there. Again, I love this new StreamYard where I could put stuff up like that. People can take snapshots and, go back and Google it later or whatever. Adam Farrow, what happened to your ex-wife's cuck husband she had? I bet that relationship ended fast. I cannot talk about that. It's no secret that I don't really like what they did to me and my kids, but I just cannot talk about that. I'm sure you'll understand. I will find a way to show it to her. I'm trying to be respectful on the sideline. Yeah, it is tough. You gotta, as much as, and obviously I don't know your full situation, as much as the kids come over and you want to say, that sorry sack of blah, blah, blah did this and that and this and that, and let me show you just how awful they are so you can know the truth. As much as you want to say that, you can't. Legally and sometimes even morally, because you don't need to be talking trash about the ex. Kids, regardless of what your ex is like, they still almost always love the other parent. And even if they know that they're garbage, asshole dad, asshole mom, even if they know it, they don't like to hear it. So you can find a roundabout way to just, I don't know, show them, or no, just you get creative. You can figure it out. Did you find out more on Backward Brian after he debated you? No, just I've not talked to him since. Don't really care to. Just I talked to him. Yeah, I debated him 2 Saturdays in a row. Do you like Lady Gaga? I think she's a phenomenal artist. She's a little different. I don't know. She's strange. Some say she's part of the Illuminati. I like conspiracy theories as much as the next guy, but not everything is a conspiracy theory. But I just don't know much about her. But as far as her talent, what she can actually sing and do, she's amazing. Whenever she's buddy up to President Sniffer, that kind of makes me go, yeah. Keith God, big fan. Well, thank you. What happened to your second wife? We just got divorced after she also got sued along with me and both her parents, drug in a family court and accused of sexual misconduct with my then 2-year-old daughter. It wasn't too much longer after that. The writing was on the wall that this family court fight was going to go on for a long time, and she left. And I don't blame her. I'm glad she did, and I wish her well. She and her mother both showed up years later to my family court hearing in 2017, where I was awarded primary custody of Blaine. And I was very appreciative of that. And I'll always be thankful to Samantha and her entire family. They're just wonderful, wonderful people. I've got nothing bad to say about them whatsoever. And if I ever needed them in a pinch for whatever reason, I know they'd be there for me. And likewise, if they need to be, just say the word. I'll be there. Adam Farrow. Yeah, a lot of things I believe would be banned on this platform. Yeah, I have to watch out what I say. Yeah. What's up, Pepe? What type of music do you like? Anything in the 90s. There's almost no such thing as a bad song written in the 90s. And wait, why do you call him Backwards Brian? Just because his name is Brian. And I was trying to keep his last name anonymous, but he published it himself by commenting. And so his name, I don't even remember his real last name, but he thinks backwards. He saw the exact opposite of what pretty much everyone here and the rest of the world. We all saw the Parker movie as for what it is, and he saw it 180 degrees the opposite direction. That's just backwards to me. So I don't know, call him Backwards Brian. Just a pet name. Bree says, "Hey Caleb, thanks for your reply this morning. I remember you. I'm not exactly sure what my reply was, but I do remember Bree. What's up, Mr. Tory? Lady Gaga is my guilty pleasure artist. Oh, don't feel bad. I came out years ago as a closet Britney Spears fan, so it's okay. It's okay that you like Lady Gaga. I like her. Like I said, you can't argue. She is a phenomenal artist. She could, God dang, that woman can sing. 70% of women initiate the divorce. That's right. On average, I've read the statistic between 60 and 70% of the time the woman initiates a divorce, and then when the woman is college educated, that goes up to 90%. So take that for whatever it's worth. If it's a true statistic, assuming it is, I don't know if it is or not. I've read that in several different places. That's it. Brian Baxter. Backwards Brian Baxter, 3B. Wait, so if the earth is flat, we can just walk off it? I've always, I literally, just for a brief minute, just to say I did it, I opened my mind to the idea that possibly the Earth is flat. Just to approached it after laughing at it, mocking at it for a very long time. Just for a minute, I wanted to try and just see it from their point of view, and I really, really tried. And basically, what it boils down to is, I got a piece of Play-Doh or a piece of putty, and I just pulled it out of the. I was talking to somebody as I pulled it out of its little container, and I said, "Here, with this piece of putty, please form with your hands the shape. Since you think the Earth is flat, form it and show me, model, just a rough model of what a flat Earth looks like here." And of course, that's just a well, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm all for understanding that the government's full of crap, and government indoctrination centers known as public schools are generally going to lie to you. But when they teach you about gravity and the Earth being round and the Earth orbiting the sun, that just makes sense to me. The moon orbiting the Earth, that makes sense to me. The galaxies forming in these cool helical formations, that makes more sense to me. So, you think so, Pepe? More like 80% women initiate it? Don't worry, Tori. I like Lady Gaga too. It's okay to like Lady. It's okay to like artists who you vehemently disagree with politically or otherwise. Some say Michael Jackson was a kitty diddler. I don't know if he was or not. I'd like to think he wasn't, because I absolutely love Michael Jackson's music, and I have my whole life, even when I was a child, and I was told that he was awful and what all. Yeah, everybody knows all the weird conspiracy theories about that guy, but I just always liked his music. Hello, Sienna Price. Hi, sorry I'm late. I was spending time with my husband Josh. We were discussing our fun vacation we're taking next Monday. Not a problem. No, the Earth isn't flat. It's a pizza. Yep, with pineapples on it. I believe everything the government says. Today's not April Fool's Day, Tori. I know better. Karen, do you believe in the Big Bang? Like, how do they know? That's a good question. That's the same question I ask creationists, particularly Christians. How do you know Adam and Eve are the first people? Did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? Is Eve really the root of all evil because she was a woman and she committed the first sin? Just don't buy into that either. Like, how do you know? Man, poor Adam, Jesus, didn't have parents, didn't have peers, didn't have any friends, didn't have any, he didn't even have a childhood. He didn't have any life experience. Neither did Eve. Bless her heart. Shit, she didn't know. So, do I believe in Big Bang? To the point that they can hypothetically prove it. It makes sense, but how can you prove it? How do they know? I'm not sure. Using science and carbon dating and measuring the speed of light. What's that noise? It would make sense, but you got to look at where you reverse history and reverse time from where we are now to everything going reverse, go down to that one tiny speck and no space around it, and it just bang. Where did the speck come from? I don't know. It's kind of like religion. I just don't know. How do you know? How does anybody know? There's no proof. You can say, well, it says it in books, lots of books, more than just the Bible, maybe, and it's certainly evidence, but it's not proof. I swear I'm going to get to. I better go ahead and get into it because I'm 20 minutes in. I haven't even really started talking about what I want to talk about. All right, I'll get to it. There's this couple named Ron and Sherry Palmer. And Ron and Sherry Palmer started. Let me get to it. Share screen. Yeah. you know. And you scroll up. Oop. Gee, I wonder what this is about. Let me look on y'all's side and see if it's big enough. I'm looking on a gigantic, 30-something inch screen. So go back over here and go view. Zoom in. Zoom in. If that helps. Maybe. Right after the Parker movie went viral, like within a few months, if not less, maybe a month. That was May 26, 2013 is when it happened. And it didn't go live until about June the 6th. That's when I uploaded it. But shortly afterwards, Ron and Sherry Palmer of Fix Family Courts wrote this scathing article. And I'm going to try to read. I don't know if I'm going to read all of it, but I'll read the majority of it, and I'll put a link in the description. In fact, I can do that right now if you want to save it. Copy. Putting it in the. There, I just put the link in the comment section, and when I'm done here, I'll put it in the description of the main video if you want to read it for yourselves. But I'm just going to give you kind of an idea of where these people are coming from. And what they do is, again, from what I can see, they're not all wrong at what they do. But after reading this article, I can't help but wonder, what else are they backwards on in what they do as far as helping their clients? Stunning video of Caleb Leverett Parker refusing his mother. Kind of a strange title, but okay. This comes from fixfamilycourts.com. When children teens decide to disobey, the child is dependent on the message that each parent sends to that child on what is acceptable and what is not. How many have watched the video posted by Caleb Leverett called 14-year-old Parker Stands Up for His Rights? 1 million viewers. Okay, if it was 1 million views, that had to have been about a year, because it took about a year for the Parker movie to get 1 million views. And it appears that most of them are siding with the 14-year-old and agreeing with his father's actions. But how many actually have thought this through? Apparently, no one's thought it through other than Sherry Palmer. That's who this article is credited to have been written by. What got me is, look at this. This was last modified July 5th of 2022, like 2 weeks ago. So it tells me that yours truly is somehow on the minds of Ron and Sherry Palmer. They're still thinking about me, and I have a feeling they still don't like me, because a couple years later, I made a response video to them. I think it's still on. I don't know what comments on it much, but anyways. But how many of you have actually thought this through? How many feel sorry for Parker? What kind of message do you think that this sends to the legislators and judges and attorneys when you side with a 14-year-old choosing one parent over the other? You'll notice she asked a bunch of rhetorical questions, and she routinely brings up what the legislators, judges, and attorneys think. Wouldn't this make the legislators feel like they have been giving you exactly what you want? Laws that allow the judge and attorney to use a child based on the child's preference? Are you telling the legislators that if a child throws a fit and refuses to go back to the parent that has the scheduled parenting time, that everyone should give in to that? Let's call it what it is. As I have to agree with this mother, it's a temper tantrum being supported by the other parent, me. It's clear that this method of sitting in front of the house, the father claiming that he is helpless, that it's all his child, that he has nothing to do with this is utterly absurd. If he has no authority over his son, then he has no business claiming that he can parent. Very bold of you. And how many fathers have suffered because the mother has pulled the same stunt in their case? Oh yeah, trying to get it to the other side to make it look like she's fair. What would he do if his son one day refused to go to school, or refused to follow the speed limit laws when he starts to drive, or refused to follow the laws and decided to drink or smoke? And what if slavery became the law? And what if the sun rose in the west and set in the east? What if? That's just more hypotheticals that didn't happen, Sherry. Would the father idly sit there and claim that there's nothing he could do? Of course not. And they are usually the first ones to try and say that this is different, right? Wrong. She capitalized wrong. All 5 letters. While Parker seems like a likable kid and respectful young man, wait, I thought he's throwing a temper tantrum. He was being respectful? He is still a minor, and it is not good parenting on the father's part to sit there and claim that he plays no role or responsibility in Parker's actions. Did I say that? And put all this on his son to make up an order that he, the father, doesn't like. Recruiting your children to do battle is never a good idea and is harmful to the children and to the power and authority of both parents. It is damaging and creates insecurities in children and teens. Regardless of how it may appear here on the surface, it is not a supportive act that should be cheered or encouraged. This practice should be abolished and prohibited with either mother or father. Apparently, Sherry agrees with old backwards Brian that I deserved the 60 days in jail, possibly even more, because if it's abolished, I mean, abolish is a strong word. No parent, regardless of gender, should use their children in this way, yet so many people don't see it for what it is. They think that the father is just being supportive of his son and doing what is right for his son and sending the wrong message to legislators, judges, and attorneys. There's those 3 key words that she is really, really focusing on. You're sending the message that you want them to keep using your children and tearing their lives apart by ordering one parent out of their lives, by depriving one of the parents their ability to continue to parent their child in the manner they see fit. And if you think that Parker is being abused and is trapped, then you don't know how much about You don't know much about 14-year-olds. Yeah. 14-year-olds never get abused, according to Sherry. That just never happens. And according to Sherry, you should never listen to him. This is juicy. I'm just going to keep reading. Most teens don't like to be disciplined, and when they are, if there's someone they think will side with them and get them out of discipline, don't you think they will? And if there was real abuse going on, surely he knows how to report that through the proper channels as well. Yeah, because the proper channels are always just so pure and clean as the wind-driven snow, almost as pure and clean as the family courts that you're trying to fix, Sherry and Ron. We don't allow children to vote, sign contracts, smoke, or drink. But I added that part. We somehow think that they are wise enough to determine who should parent them and how they should be parented. He just wanted to live with me, his dad. It's not that big of a deal, Sherry. It's really not. So if you have an order that protects your time with your children, this should just be ignored when the child decides they want to change the orders. Yeah. Why not? Big deal. Why even get orders in the first place then? Good point. Why spend all that money? Even better point. Don't go to family court. Why not just let the children run their own lives? Did I say that? Did I suggest that? No, that's being absurd. That's what you are essentially doing here when you let a child be used to do the dirty work of, I used Parker to do my dirty work, according to her, of one of their parents. All the parents has to do is stand back and say they're innocent. It's the child's wishes, etc. Yeah, it's so weird. Why would you care what the child wants? I mean, golly, that's so strange. And not have to spend money to go to court, right? Yeah, that's kind of the idea, Sherry. I probably wouldn't be broke living in this little tiny shack here in southern Florida if I had to spend all that effing money that I was forced to spend in family courts that you want to fix, according to your own website, fixfamilycourts.com. Damn it, I lost my spot. Would this same parent be doing the very same thing if the table were turned? His son was against him and refusing to go with him during his parenting time? Yeah, if my kids didn't want to be around me, I figured there's either something wrong with me or wrong with the situation. I'd respect it. It's not that big of a deal, especially when they're older, when they're 14. And it's not like he's 5. I know you people like you, Sherry, like to treat 14-year-olds like they're fucking 5, and they're not. If you ask them while the child was sitting idle with them, they would say they would let the child go where the child chose, right? That's sure why. Oops, going too fast. Little mouse wheel. That's sure why we have so many parents hurt and upset and airing grievances every day in every state. And that voice is growing and the pain of damaging is mounting. Yeah, because just because you're an adult doesn't mean you have your shit together. Some parents are assholes, not just, strict disciplinarians, but assholes, controlling assholes. Sometimes their crazy religions make no sense whatsoever, especially when the child probably sees the hypocrisy and you start pushing that crap that they just figured out. They just don't agree with it. If you push it on them, guess what do you think's going to happen? Ask yourself, if they were married, would we allow the child to make that kind of decision? If we were married, he would just live with us. I mean, duh. If you want to go live with the dad, like I'd be in the same house. Does this mean that we have a deep-seated bias and prejudice against divorced parents? They bring up that a lot. Divorced parents versus married parents. I've noticed what few of their videos I watched today. Do we treat divorced parents equally or simply okay in our society to discriminate against divorced parents? Hey, Jerry, I'm a divorced parent too. I've got the same rights to my children as anyone else. So now think about your initial reaction. Okay. Did you side with Parker at first? Yeah. Did you catch yourself and ask yourself what would be the underlying message that you would be sending to the legislators? Not at the time, but since then, yeah. I have, Sherry, a lot. Are you contradicting yourself and confusing the legislators? I don't think I'm a contradiction at all. If I'm confusing the legislators, I've not heard from any of them. So actually, well, sort of, kind of. Governor Abbott created a whole new post, a whole new judgeship, the 446th District Court, after my son and I threw our whopping fits there in Ector County. So yeah, we got some good change. And now Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley oversees most, if not all, of family civil court matters in all of Ector County. And she doesn't see any criminal ever. She never sees any criminal cases. That's all she does. Unlike it was in the past where the same judge who stole Parker from me, Den Whalen, would see our case and he'd see murder cases in the same day or the same week. So yeah, it changed a little bit. Was your reaction indicative how you really want the courts to respond? Are you contradicting yourself and confusing the legislators? Oh, is it no wonder the legislators think that they have passed laws that reflect the voice of the people and have been letting the judges use the children's order all kinds of expensive studies, etc., all in the name of doing what you've told them to do, to base their decision on the wishes of the child, right? Have you ever been alienated and wondered why courts were listening to your children when the children were just an extension of the other parent's voice? Have you ever been in the position where your children were siding with the other parent and everyone swore, including the other parent, that no one was influencing the children? Man, my wheel is too fast. There are many influences over children, and they aren't all verbal. We know that parents influence their children in many ways. We're supposed to. Karen, or Sherry. No offense, Karen, in the comments. No offense to you. Just a Karen joke. Yeah. So my question is why this father is choosing not to parent his son in a manner that teaches him to respect both of his parents. Okay, you could ask her the same question. She sat there and called me Caleb in front of my son and stepdaddy, daddy, in front of my son. Why aren't you bitching about that, Sherry? It is not required under the law for both or either parent to be likable or liked by everyone or anyone for that matter. I ultimately want enough people to like me, but if people don't like me, I'm perfectly okay with it. Hence the reason I'm calling you and your husband out. I don't care if y'all don't like me. And that's a good thing because that's what allows parents to make unpopular decisions with their children. Yeah, I would know, and not feel like any stranger could just walk up and rip your child from you at any given moment that your child says they no longer want to be with you. Sherry, that is exactly what happened to me in court. Judge Whalen ripped my son away from me. Quote, shame on you for throwing the toy in the trash or for not allowing that teenager to have a friend stay over for the night or play with their Xbox all night, or the step parent disciplining the child for that parent parenting the child. Stepdad had no fucking business disciplining my kids, period. Fight me. As long as parents are acting within the law, applying parenting rules differently based on individual bias and personal beliefs would put a huge chilling effect on parenting throughout this country. So siding with the child here rather than requiring the father to go through the proper channels, the proper expensive crooked channels. Obviously it's crooked or else you wouldn't have the title of your own website and your own book, Fix Family Courts. Proper channels to change orders or to prosecute someone for child abuse properly just keeps all the divorced parents in the same quandary they've been in for over the last 200 years. I don't know about 200 years. I mean, this country's only, 250 something years old. I'd say easily the last 50 years since Title 4D. It's weird. They very rarely ever bring up what little I watched. I think you mentioned Title 4D once and specifically said, well, we're not even going to get into that. That should be the fulcrum. That should be the whole crux of the entire system. Follow the money. Title 4D funding. Why encourage and perpetuate the bad practice of picking on parenting style differences or parenting styles that you don't favor? Why encourage and perpetuate bad? I'm not sure what she's asking there. It could happen to you. Why encourage and perpetuate the bad practicing or picking on parenting style differences or parenting styles that you don't favor? I'm not sure what she's asking her. Maybe I'm not reading it completely. Why not do what is healthy for the child and be a parent that influences their child to spend time with each parent as equally as possible? He's 14. He'd spent time this whole time, Sherry. And let the child know that when they turn 18, they can make those choices if they still feel the same way. Because that's cruel to just do everything for the child because they're minors and don't let them get involved in shit at all and then all of a sudden one day, that magical 18-year-old day, boom. All right, you're 18, you're out of the house. Yeah, go live life and make all the right decisions and don't ever screw up. And if you do, don't say I didn't warn you because I've shielded you from all that stuff. Why not teach the child to learn to cope with differing parenting styles and develop respect for each other's parents? I was. It's obvious she and I don't get along. My kids have known it their entire lives. Even when we're still married, they knew it. Just as they have to adjust to different teachers and teaching styles throughout their education and different bosses and people that they'll work with over the years throughout their lifetime. The next time you find yourself holding an order in your hand that you thought would protect you, only to find out that it's absolutely worthless, that you spent maybe over $100,000 to get, but doesn't seem worth the cost of the paper it's printed on now. You can remember that you sided with kids like Parker. Okay. Are you authorizing the bias and prejudice directed at you, a fit parent, simply because you were in a divorce or divorced? You say that's not what you want, that you want the courts to respond and protect your fundamental parental rights, yet here you are, cheering on this teenage boy for the very civil disobedience you complained about in your own case and, in fact, paid a pretty penny to prevent. Who are we talking about? Who is you? Or so you thought would have prevent. Here you are cheering on Parker while you claim to want to prevent the children being used in their parents' fight. How is this different from supporting these bigots who fought to keep women and blacks down? Dang. It's almost reminiscent of old Officer Walsh from Parker versus the Man, just kind of invoking, I was already invoked as being a Jim Jones or what do you say, the Aryan Brotherhood, and now this chick here is basically calling me akin to a bigot who keeps down women and blacks. That seems like that's pretty low. It's pretty cheap, pretty slimy. Caleb calls this video his son's rights. Really? Really, really, donkey. It's the child's right to break court orders. It's not that big of a deal, Sherry. He just wants to live with me, spend a little more time with his dad. It's perfectly fucking normal for a teenage boy to want to be around his father a little more. What type of respect is Parker learning for the law and authority? See that, Sherry? It says question. Oh, that's Rebel Evolution. There it is. Sorry. Forgot my tattoos mixed up. It says question everything. I taught my cheerins to question everything, and particularly authority. Because sometimes, as you've obviously pointed out, people in authority don't always do the right thing. Like, I don't know, in family court, hence the name of your whole entire website, fixfamilycourts.com. Yeah, I taught them to question authority. Sometimes it needs to be done. Actually, it always needs to be done. Would Parker have done this if his father hadn't supported it? Seems like I remember stepdad asking that very same question in the video, Sherry. But if you and your dad and your mom still married? Parker answered it. It would equally suck. And I don't remember exactly what he said. Something, it would suck. It could suck just as bad. What if Caleb had told him to behave and do as he was told? And what if frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their asses every time they hopped? What if? Why do women love hypotheticals so much? I don't get it. It's time for the father to teach his child civil disobedience. This certainly isn't the way to teach a child civil disobedience, however. Yeah, it is. Why not? What his father is teaching his son is not a good value. That is completely subjective. That is your opinion. To me, it's an excellent way. Civil disobedience is based on good values and should not be used to teach your child to disrespect one of their fit and loving parents. Awfully bold of you to make assumptions like that there, Sherry. And if one of the parents feel that the other parent is not unfit, then they should take that up to the proper channels. Again, the proper channels, the family court. It's all screwed up. It's all expensive. And it's all mostly all crooked. Not all, but mostly all crooked. Again, hence the name of your own website, fixfamilycourts.com, because apparently it's too expensive. I explicitly said that in the video. It's too expensive. She'd already sued me at the time, I don't know, 2 or 3 other times before that. My second wife left after the last one. And the proper channels to prove that and not go to court of public opinion and manipulate the public opinion. All right. Okay. What is wrong necessarily with the court of public opinion? In this case, it's 72 minutes. It's 100% unedited. Well, we don't know the backside. We don't know the other side of the story. Why is that my problem? I've always wondered, how was I supposed to get the other side of the story? We're divorced. I didn't live with her anymore. How was I supposed? She hasn't put out, as far as I know, anything given the other side. Why is that my fault? So I went to the court of public and manipulated the public. How did I manipulate it? It's unedited, Sherry. For Christ's sake, it's 72 minutes, completely unedited. Everyone's still here? Oh, I just clicked back over. Yep. Okay, everyone's still there. Just had to click over and check on my cheerings. Oh, I always do that. I left a comment up. Sorry about that. Well said. Okay. Well, I try to keep it off while I'm doing this. I forget. That's why I go back and watch it, because I learn from my own mistakes. The value being taught here is that it is okay to bully a parent if that parent is divorced. Okay, see, you'll wonder why I call or refer to people like Sherry Palmer and Ron Palmer as like backwards Brian, as being backwards. Because what they saw here was right here. The value being taught here is that it is okay to bully a parent if that parent is divorced. Apparently, they think Parker was bullying his mother. It seems like the whole world saw the exact opposite, but Sherry to the rescue. Thanks for clearing this up. I would think that Parker might be having less stress in his life and could focus on being a kid and being happy with both his parents if he weren't being manipulated into this. Translation: manipulated by that son of a bitch, Caleb Leverett. It's a good thing that married parents aren't quite put to this teenage test. If they were, they might have children running the world. Okay. I don't quite follow the logic there, but okay. There have been many times that my teenagers decided they don't like something one day, then the next day or week, it's like they got over it and moved on to something else or some other endeavor. So I got over it. I don't see what your teenagers have to do anything with this, but okay. If you don't allow a child to test their boundaries and assure them that the security and structure and schedule are both parents have in place for that child will remain, the child is left without the assurance, and worse, if left without the guidance and security in knowing that both parents have the power and authority over them. Instead, the child is taught that they can help one of their parents undermine orders and to be used by that parent as their soldier in an effort to take the child from the other. Go get my orders. I wonder if she talks to Ron that way, her husband. Ron, are you a simp? Is that how Sherry talks to you? Orders. She brought it up right here, just in case y'all undermine orders, court orders. Go get my orders. The divorce courts are depriving our children of their security and stability by giving into teenage temper tantrum. No, they're not. What are you talking about? I've got a feeling, and I've read somewhere that she lost, and her, I guess now grown kids. I read this somewhere, and I can pull it up. I think it's on our main. I'll look at it. I think what it is, she lost horribly. And it sounds to me like, and I don't have any proof, but it sounds to me like she's kind of a control freak, and she's probably got maybe not a bad set of ideals, but just different than everyone else. Like a lot of people in this audience right now are religious, and I'm not religious, and yet here we are talking and being friends and being friendly. And it's okay to have different opinions on things, and yet we can get along. I have a feeling she's had a set of ideals that her kids, just for whatever reason, maybe their dad is like totally like, maybe he's like me. Maybe she sees a lot of me in her ex. Sherry, do I remind you of your ex-husband? I suspect I do. The divorce courts are forcing divorced parents to give up on actually parenting their children, instead to placate them. Okay, I actually don't disagree with her there. The divorce courts are forcing divorced parents to give up. Actually, yeah, that's what they wanted me to do. I can't tell you. I've lost track of how many times I got told or asked or offered, Caleb, just sign right here. Just sign right here. Sign your rights away to all your children. You want to pay more? No more back child support. No more. You don't have to ever. You go live your life and be Disneyland. No longer Disneyland dad. Just go live your life and just sign over. And Superman, stepdaddy will just. That's what I got all the time. What kind of world are these divorce court judges creating? It's all about money. Look up Title 4D. I've seen your husband, Ron Palmer. I've seen him, Ron. I've seen you mention Title 4D. I would expand on that if I were you in your videos. Maybe you have, maybe I just hadn't seen them. But follow the money. This is what it's all about. It's follow money. I find this video a shame and a refusal on the father's part to parent appropriately. I bet you do. And I probably, if I was guessing, it's probably why your oldest two, or possibly why your oldest two, don't have anything to do with you. To teach his son to respect authority appropriately. Well, yeah. Then when they shit on you, I'm not going to kiss the ring. You can go suck ass and sit for the king's men all you want to. If they behave, I can get along with them. But if they get out of line and they start fucking with my family, damn right, I'm not going to respect their authority. If you claim that the mother is abusive, I suggest that you look for additional evidence on this. Did I say that? Parker said that. You might be shocked one day if the same lowered bar of abuse is turned onto you. It was. Do we like Nazis then condemn people on baseless accusation? There she goes again. Just kind of vaguely kind of comparing old Caleb Leverett to Nazis. Do we send divorced parents to the gulags? Oh yeah, now I'm in the Russian gulags. I'm part of that. I might as well have been, was it Joseph Stalin? Wasn't he the leader of the gulags back in the Soviet days? Because the other parents slander them. Perhaps it's okay because they're divorced and therefore second-class parents under the law. Yeah, and I'm right there with you. I'm a divorced parent too, Sherry. So I ask you again, what is your initial reaction, really, the message you wanted to send to the legislatures, attorneys, and judges? There's those three words again. She just keeps bringing up. Leave us alone. Quit making us spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars over something so stupid and simple to us. To Parker, it was huge. To a 14-year-old deciding where they're going to sleep at night with me or mom. It's not that big a deal, Sherry. I shouldn't have to spend thousands of dollars to go through your quote-unquote proper channels that are all perfect and all right. Never mind the name of your website being Fix Family Courts because they're obviously broken. He just wanted to live with me. That's it. It's nothing. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like he was wanting to change his gender. He's not. He's just simply wanted to put his head down in my house. That's all he wanted, Sherry. It's not that big of a deal. Chill. Again, starting to see maybe that's why your own older children had nothing when don't even know you. You call it alienation. If you're attacking me and calling me an alienator, okay. Isn't the judges Isn't judges and attorneys using the children what got our families, courts in the mess they are today? Yep. Isn't asking them to make a choice between parents and allowing the children to make decisions and causing the courts to use bias and prejudice to ignore constitutionally protected rights and allow the courts to justify costing families excessive amounts of money and drive them into bankruptcy? That's exactly what you just got through telling me. Where's it at? The proper procedure. She said it. I can't find it. Well, she said it 2 or 3 times. She kept saying that I should have gone through the proper channels and procedures. And then the very last sentences, to ignore constitutional protected rights and allow the courts to justify costing families excessive amounts of money and drive them into bankruptcy. That's exactly what they did, Sherry. Exactly what they did. It just seems like these people want to just like latch on to, my video in order to launch their careers or something. Are we condemning other divorced parents to second-class citizen status without thinking it through? Probably. Where is Caleb Parker Leverett now? His name is Parker Kelly Leverett, and in 2021. Parker would be 22 years old in 2021. He returned home to live with his mother under court order shortly after this video was taken and is now leading his own adult life out of the spotlight. That right there, she went on this tirade years ago, all these years ago, and then apparently came back on July 5th of this year to add this. Where's Parker now? Parker would be 22 years old in 2021. He returned home to live with his mother under the court. Parker versus the man. Okay, she apparently had no problem with Parker versus the man, because if she wrote an article about it, I hadn't found it. But, she saw justice in what happened then. That boy got snatched up and immediately moved 375 miles away to San Antonio, Texas on the spot. But Sherry Palmer, no problem with that. Shortly after this video was taken, is now leading his own adult life out of the spotlight. The only reason she would know if Parker's life is out of the spotlight is if she got on here and looked and saw where I specifically said my kids they don't like the spotlight. That, and she can't find anything on him. But a real journalist would have said we can't find anything on Parker Leverett other than what we found on his dad's channel, but she didn't put that. But apparently Sherry Palmer, well, look here. Well, this is the old one. I'm just going to go to her main site. Yeah. Gives about Sherry Palmer. This is what I read earlier. That's the only reason I know that her older two don't talk to her or have anything to do with her. It's her words, not mine. Come on, you little thinker. What in the world? It's just sitting there going in circles. Look how my pointer gets big when I go fast. Kind of cool. Go, do it again. There it goes. Let me just go to their about. Blog posts, products, PSA, Pro Say resources, contacts, members. Where's the about section? Well, it was right here, but it's just not loading. Let me try to refresh it. Memes. She got her own memes. Oh, this ought to be good. Family court sucks. Divorce court judges destroy parent and bond child. Stop family courts. Do it yourself. Do it for your cheerings. Yeah. It's not exactly a meme. It's more like a cartoon. This is the cover of their book, I believe. The images below are just some of the many divorce memes and child custody memes we have created over the years. These divorce memes are focused on exposing divorce and child custody issues and providing divorce and child custody solutions. Divorce and child custody in America is profoundly broken. We are dedicated to fixing the family law system based on constitutional best practices. I don't see any of your memes, but the home's not. There it is. Okay, contact about Sherry Palmer. Yeah, this is it. There's Sherry right there. I didn't meet her. I've seen her before, and I saw her and Ron speaking at an event in Austin one time many years ago. About Sherry Palmer, author, speaker, constitutional scholar, BA from University of North Texas, author of Not in the Child's Best Interest, Protecting Parent-Child Bonds, Oathbreakers, Lies, Family Court, blah, blah, blah. Fix Family Court CEO, founder, constitutional scholar, founder, National Family Law Office Center, Parental Rights Academy CEO, producer, Family Law, Straight Talk. I don't know if I want to read all that. Boy, she's got a whole long thing about herself here. Let's read a little bit. Why not? As an entrepreneur, let me check on my kitties. Everybody still good? Yeah? Oh, all right, cool. Everyone's still here. I'm almost done with this, and I'll get to some comments. I promise. An entrepreneur and mother of 5. She's got 5 cheerins. I don't know if she gave birth to all 5, or maybe she and Ron have one together, or if she adopted one, or I don't know. She graduated with a bachelor's degree from the University of North Texas in proposal writing, policy analysis, nonprofit management from the College of Community Service at the University of North Texas before co-founding Fix Family Courts with her husband and partner, Ron B. Palmer. Sherry has twice in her life had to overcome an oppressive court system process here we go. That's what I thought. I just glanced over this. I didn't read the whole thing. Sherry has twice in her life overcome an oppressive court system process that threatened more harm to her life than good. First, as a young child growing up the streets of California, she had to learn how to fight back, which required that she learn how to persuade a judge and state bureaucrats simply to remain in her normal public school classes where she was excelling in spite of her living conditions. Second, as a mother facing divorce of an ex, using the court system, seeking to take her cheerin from her when she had not broken any laws. What laws did I break? Mine were taken from me and I was jailed. While her 2 oldest children aged out and were taken from her through parental alienation. I know parental alienation is real, but after reading, I read this article years ago, but after reading this article again, this scathing article about me, I can't help but wonder if she's seeing the exact opposite that everyone else has seen, or almost everyone else has seen in the Parker movie. I just can't help but wonder, Sherry, who was the alienator in your divorce? I can't help but wonder. You say that it was you're obviously accusing your ex of being the alienator. Seems like it might have been the other way around. Maybe justice actually was served. Maybe you've got a problem. Maybe you ought to look in the mirror. She was able to stop the disruption and interference with her parent-child relationship with her younger 2 and end the high conflict adversarial litigation. Okay, good. I'm glad it stopped. Sherry has been politically active and from an early age when she helped organize successful campaigns to protect the environment and the community, as well as helped identify solutions to prevent and end injustice, both national and local. She's organized for political campaigns and ran for local office herself. Sherry helps others fight injustices in more effective and professional ways, like writing hit pieces on fellow family court victim parents. Sherry sees her current role as generating greater awareness and knowledge regarding divorce and child custody disputes and providing strategies and tools to reduce injustice oh my gosh, I just had a big old stretch. Sorry about that. I know it's very unprofessional, but oh well, it's just a tiny little podcast. And to end the fighting. Sherry does this. They're creating and teaching online digital courses, speaking, blah, blah, blah. Prior training. I'm not going to go through all this. She's been on several talk shows in several states and radio shows. Co-founder, co-author, multiple books in this space. Notably, there's their main book right there. Not in the child's best interest. So, anyways, I think I've talked enough about the Palmers. I'm going to take them off here now. How y'all doing? Hi, Sherry. Is Sherry Palmer? Are you in the comments right now? If you want to come on, I'd love to talk to you. Anon or no Xenos ascended. Sherry once again trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. Notice how she's saying how she had to learn how to convince, how she's talking about her manipulative acting. Oh, Xenos, do tell. What do you know about Sherry Palmer? Let's get it all out there. Email me if you want to. If you want to come on, and if you know firsthand, I'd love to. Maybe you're one of her children. Be interesting. Anon, Xenos ascended so true. Just another narcissist. Maybe so. Maybe she's a covert narcissist. I don't know. Xenos ascended. LOL. Sherry sounds like a real saint here. A far cry from the callous manipulator we saw with our son's eyes. Wow. Okay, Xenos, what do you know? Obviously know something. I want all the juicy details. Hasn't she? She's probably in stream right now. If she is, fuck you, Jerry. Okay, that's his word, not mine. Adam Farrow, Sherry probably cheated, initiated the divorce, and she's bitter over the fact that things weren't accepted. But I'm not saying it's confirmed she's cheated. I have no idea, man. Maybe not. Thanks. That was exhausting. Sorry. I know it's not for everybody, but oh well, it's for me. Bonnie Johnson, Zeno, I agree. Maybe. Beggs, hello. Panna, gee, I wonder if Sherry Palmer was screwed like backwards Brian, but it affected her the same way as it affected Brian. It's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like to me. She had something terrible happen to her, and I obviously remind her so much of her ex. It'd be fun to talk to her ex. I wonder if he does interviews, and I wonder if he speaks out about what all the hubbub that she and her new man make up. I don't know. If you are Sherry Palmer's ex-husband and father of their oldest two children, I'd like to talk to you. Of course, I'd like to talk to Sherry too. Sherry, if you and Ron want to come on, I'd love to discuss your hit piece on me. If anybody knows them and wants to send this to them, if this Xenos person, maybe you want to say if you know them, I don't know. Oops, okay, that's all right. Anon, you're going to love my earlier comments, Caleb. I'll have to go watch them. Like I said, I'll go back and watch this, and I tend to sit there and kind of watch the live comments. Damn it. Sometimes I forget to turn them on. You know what? I'm just going to do that right now before I forget. Show more. Got that. Customization. Okay, never mind. Yeah, live chat replay. I already got it. Yeah, live chat replay. I'll get on that. We all got a story, right? Yeah. Well, most people do. As in, shout out to her ex. Yeah. I'd like to talk to you. I want to. If you write shit pieces about me and criticize me, basically refer me to a fucking Nazi. Yeah, gloves are off. I'd love to talk to Sherry Palmer's ex. Again, Sherry Palmer, you and Ron are both welcome to come on. I'd love to have a chit chat about this. Stand by your words, and you get the opportunity to, now that I've got this formal platform, you can tell me to my face exactly what you think about me. Dan, and it's probably true that she plays the victim just like Parker's mom. They sound so alike. Maybe so. I'd like to talk to Sherry too, says Anon. Most journalists are sheep. Not all. I found the ones that get censored the most are probably the most reliable ones because they're probably the most willing to take risks. Oh, snap, Dan. Sherry Palmer seems to think that it is unfair to judges when they can't control the lives of children, which is really none of their damn business. Again, I've watched some of their videos, and they're not all wrong. They're not completely wrong, and I'm not gonna. But then again, they talk a whole lot, and they're not lawyers, but and they say they're not lawyers, but they they talk about a lot of really confusing things, and I just don't think that a simple case of where a 14-year-old wants to put his head at night deserves to have to go through all that crap. Bonnie Johnson, where is Sherry? I would like to chat with her too. I have no clue. I don't. I think they're from Texas, but I'm not sure. Bill Moody, I honestly think you really shouldn't care about what the haters think. Just ignore them. Oh, I don't care to that extent, but whenever they use people like me and my video, which a lot of do, and then they want to talk shit, I just find it so fun to make them squirrel and scream like, "Oh shit, he read it. Oh shit, he invited me on. Oh shit. Well, I'm just going to pretend that I didn't see it. Nobody's tagged me in it. Uh, I don't let it get to me. I can ignore it in that fashion, but I like calling people out on their bullshit. Red Hood. Hey there, bro. Just saw one of your videos and you earned my respect, so I subbed to you. Nice setup with the room, by the way. Hey, thanks, Red Hood. Like my little cheap alien back there. Appreciate that. Adam Farrow. Yes, agreed. Santa Price. Hello. My stepmom played the victim with everybody. She even did it with my dad. Isn't that the damnedest thing? Why people do what they do? Bings. What's their channel? I think it's pretty sure it's just Fixed Family Courts. I saw it earlier. That's where I was watching. I'm pretty sure it's just called Fixed Family Courts. Excuse me. Jordan Locks. My balls, my choice. Here, here, brother. Adam Farrow. Seeing a debate between you and Sherry on Modern Debate would be amazing. Modern Day Debate. What is that? Is that a YouTube channel? I'd love to debate them. I mean, I'm not going to debate them necessarily on everything that they do because I don't know exactly what they do, and quite frankly, I don't care. But since she attacked me and my son, for that matter, basically called him a brat, since she attacked us, I'd love to debate her on it. I'd love to debate anybody on it. Anon, Sherry would just love to hear about family court from a child's perspective. I don't think she cares. It seems like they don't care what the child, how they feel, whether they were all about the constitutional right of the parents. Just so happens I happen to be a parent too. She reminds me of my annoying uncle, ugly old. Where did I get uncle? She reminds me of my annoying, ugly old middle school teacher, English teacher. Anyways, flipping the script and manipulating others. Maybe so. Bonnie Johnson. Sherry, come on. Where's your ovarian fortitude to show up? We want to talk. Yeah. Come on, Sherry. Get on. Who's that? I'll have to go back. Who was that person that was on here? Almost act like they knew him personally and didn't like him. Panda, I don't understand why anyone compares you to a Nazi. Anyone who compares you to a Nazi should look in the mirror on how they treat their own children. I would think so. And not only Nazi, what she sort of kind of ran mistreatment of women and black people. She kind of threw that in there. That's called playing the gender card and playing the race card. And it's bullshit. Dan and Daytera. Panna, yeah, that's such a weird running theme. Yeah, Modern Day Debates is a channel you would hold up well. Cool. If you know how to get a hold of them or tag them, or I don't know anything about their channel, how they decide who comes on, I have no idea, but hell yeah, I'm game. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd just broadcast it. If I could, I'll just broadcast it from my channel here. Children are not chess pieces. Their lives are not a game of chess. No, but they're particularly not property. And if you debate her, please let me on so I can speak for my mom. We'll see. I doubt there will be a debate. I highly doubt I'll hear from them, but I might. They might surprise me. Uh, sorry, Caleb. Sorry, Caleb. Sherry made me mad. It's okay. It's quite all right. I promise you, I'm a big boy and I've got really thick skin. Queasy Islander 02. You look like a new viewer. Don't listen to the hate. You are a great father. Yeah, I'll listen to it and I'll laugh at it because it's fun to make jokes. Just so much fun to me. Why is setup so clean? My setup? Well, I'm not the cleanest person in the world, but I like a tidy little place. I mean, it's just I think I gave like $19.99 for my little alien there, and that's a blanket. It just goes over the wall. It's a sound like a real dense blanket. And these are just sound attenuation foam pads. I just stuck them up there with two-sided tape. From CRISPR. Oops. Fixed Family Courts. Nice name. Yep. That's why I had to play on words. Fixed family courts because they are fixed. They're rigged. Or sometimes I think I used to call them rigged because they're all rigged. Man, I wonder if Sherry, excuse me. I wonder if Sherry agrees with Officer Walsh's statement at the 2215 mark. I would assume that means that's from Parker vs. Man called. Technically, you're her property. So if bro my up that line too much, but I just feel like it was just absurd. It was absurd. To the best of my knowledge, Sherry has not written the scathing piece about Parker versus the Man. So I would imagine she probably agrees with that wholly. I have no idea, but I would imagine. Are you retired? I'm retired from my first career. I was a Caterpillar diesel engine field service mechanic, CRISPR, for 25 years. I did about 5,000 plus field jobs as an independent or independent subcontractor. And I'm too old for that shit now. My back hurts too bad. I'm too old. I don't have to do it anymore, and I don't want to because I'm not going to. Adam Farrow, all right, yeah. Do you have an Instagram? I'll try to see if I can set up a date. I'll try to find Sherry's email. James Kuntz is the moderator, and he's a nice guy. Yes, I do. It's just my name. I think I've got a link to it, Adam, in my. If you just click on my homepage, I think there's like the main YouTube on my homepage. There's an Instagram there. You can just follow me there, and I check my messages there pretty frequently. And if you can set that up, Adam Farrow, that'd be badass. That'd be awesome. Bonnie Johnson, children are human, not property. The court needs to learn this. Damn right. Slavery and human ownership was outlawed however many 150, 160 years ago. And on Queasy Islander, yes, he's amazing father. I wish my father would have been like Caleb. You're too sweet. You are just too nice. Thank you for your kind words. I thank you for that, Anon. Mazin, she's a con artist with words, literally. To me, what it seems to me like, or she's really angry and she's using misplaced aggression. Pretty sure I already answered. Yeah. Or maybe I guess I'm retired. Nice. T, what about Ken Paxton? I saw on CNN that old boy was in some trouble. Man, he's been in trouble since he got arrested back in 2015, I think. And he's been out on bail ever since. I don't keep up a lot of Ken because it's just so weird. Now that I've kind of got the Texas Attorney General and my own lawyer, Gavin Norris, metaphorically speaking, by the balls, I don't know. I want my case updated. I want it all over. But now that I know I've got it by the balls, I found it's just weird. I just naturally I don't think a whole lot about it. Again, I don't quite put as much blame on Ken Paxton, but the buck stops with him. He is the leader. I've since learned that in a lot of this was my own large fault, but Ken's not getting off the hook because his policies ultimately led to my bank account being seized. So, fuck that guy. I don't care. I still hope he loses. I think it's going to be just hilarious. And yes, I am going to gloat this November in the election. If he loses, bet your ass I'm going to gloat. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really childish about it, too. Justice Lopez, been watching you for a long time. And like I've said before, my mother would have never kept me from my pops. God bless you and your kiddos. Well, thanks, Justice. Appreciate that. Ruh-roh. Mazin again, Sherry is the female version of my dad. Ooh, maybe. From what I've heard you say, I don't know. Was working in the oil field ever something you actually enjoyed? There was aspects about it that I enjoyed, but overall, no. There's a reason that none of my kids are in the oil field, because I highly influenced my children. I know that's crazy talk to people like Sherry and Ron Palmer. I influenced them not to get into field work. Parker tried it for a while, but speaking of Parker, I meant to bring this up. Did y'all see the thumbnail I used? The picture of Parker and me holding a picture of me at the exact same age. That picture was taken about 3 or 4 years ago. He was 18 or 19. And that was a picture of me that I was holding of me being 18 or 19. Anyway, I was trying to get a different thumbnail and the stupid thing wouldn't work. And that one popped up. I said, fuck it. I'll just put a picture of that good looking boy up there. Parker, when Parker called yesterday and I was like, he's like texted, oh shit, sorry, Dad. Oh shit, called again. Fart called again. He just forgets that I go on live. He said today he might actually come on my podcast. Like, well, hell spells, son. Hell yeah, you can come on. He goes, after I called, I was like, oh shit, he's on this podcast right now. But then I thought, fuck it. If he answers, I'll just go on his podcast. So like, well, yeah, you'd have to give me a heads up. I have to link it anyways. I said, if you want to, you can. So anyway, who knows? He might decide he wants to come on and tell whatever he wants to tell. I think it'd be cool as hell, but it's up to him. As well, it's true. If I compare anyone to my dad, that usually means they're a horrible person. Yeah, from what you've told me, it sounds like it. Step Bro Gabe, how are you doing? I'm doing really, really well. I'm still broke, but I'm okay. And okay, I already got to that. Oops. Boy, you are some handsome cowboy. Thanks, T. You sound like Miss Karen in the comments. Used to do that to me all the time. Caleb, the reason why I said that is because he said some of the same things as my father. Oh, I see. A-hole. Let's crack up at your name. You mentioned a professor that might talk with me about this subject. Have we got another comment in here that I'm missing? Another professor that might talk with me about this subject. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm looking for another comment of yours that maybe it was extended into somewhere else, but I don't see it. There's somebody, Alvin Martinez. I've not seen your name before. Hello, Alvin. That would be awesome. Bonnie Johnson, I hope Parker shows up on your podcast. I hope he does too. God dang, that'd be so much fun. Talk about the old days, talk about the new days. I can throw in a few embarrassing little stories about when I was, powdering his little butt. Yeah. And has no offense taken because he is. Yeah. Well, and that's good of you, Anon, that you can accept things for what they are, even though you wouldn't choose them that way if you had your choice, but accepted them for what they are. It just is what it is. You're looking pretty fabulous, Caleb. Gotta say, I'm feeling fabulous. I'm still, like I said, I did back and biceps today. Man, I ain't never had guns like this. It's about bulging out of my shirt. The chest is coming along tight and nice and tight. I'm getting rid of all that those man boobs I had going for a while. It's like all the fat right there is just all gone. It's just cut. I'm loving it. Loving the gym life. Your name here. Hello again. I remember you. Charlie Girl 915. I was wondering if that was you in the picture. Twink. Hi, Caleb. Yeah, we're spitting images of he looks just like me, like just younger. Looks we both know it. He looks just like me. It's funny. I think it's hilarious. I meant to say twinsies. Yeah, I think I knew. I knew what you meant. Yeah, we're twinsies. We are. We really are. Xenos, I said, you're the one. You and your son look so alike. That is some strong genes. Damn right. I'm blonde hair, or I used to be blonde. Blonde hair and blue eyes. Y'all have all seen the kid's mom. They say dark traits are dominant. I guess not. All my cheerings have blue eyes. I'm just kidding. Their maternal grandmother got blue eyes too. I just like to joke about it. T. Parker, the horse whisperer. Damn right. That's why I want him to come on. I mean, all I've ever said, and I've told him this, anytime it comes up, I said, dude, I tell him you're a professional horse trainer that specializes in starting colts, and that's it. There's so much more of that what he's doing, and I'm so happy for him and excited. But again, I just never go into it. And if he wants to call in and he can say whatever the hell he wants to. You know, Bonnie Johnson, I want to hear from Parker too. Heck, I might just show my face depending on how I feel. Maybe we could take some calls. That might be fun. Adam Farrow, you track macros. Loosely, yes. Only recently learned what macros was even all about, and I learned that from Parker's little brother Blaine. He's the one that introduced me to all that stuff. The main thing I really keep up is just loosely is overall daily calorie intake and daily protein. I don't really count number of carbs and fats, and I don't eat any fried anything or any oils or anything, so it's not that hard. As long as I get my protein in there, keep my calories. At the moment, I'm still going down. So as long as I try to keep about a 200 calorie deficit a day. I don't do it every day, but that's about what I go for. That's what I'm trying to go for. I'm still cutting. Bam! Look at them guns. Let me see them again. Hell yeah! I'm not ashamed at all. Oh, look at this too. I ain't ashamed of this either. I just like where it's going. Still got a ways to go. I've still got some little flabby flabs there, but it's a work in progress. But I'm 37 pounds lighter, 38 pounds lighter than I was 7 months ago when I started this. T, how is London doing? London is doing well. She's 17 and just being a 17-year-old. Caleb, you got to see how strong my mom's genes are when you saw that picture of my mom and I. Yeah, it was a little, it was kind of a blurry picture, but yes, I did. I could see the resemblance. Mazin, I'm in the deep end. Watch as I dive. I'll never meet the ground. I guess you must be talking to someone else. I don't know what he's talking about. Is that a song? Maybe. I'm not sure. No sugar is key. Sugar's fine. Just it can't be all you eat. There's sugar in like fruits and tomatoes and stuff, which I eat loads of within my macro limits, though. Xenos Ascended. I think I got confused earlier. I thought Sherry was Parker's mom from the video. Hello, my bad. Oh, okay. No. Zeno. Okay, I thought you knew Sherry Palmer, the author of the article I read. Okay, my bad. That's why I was asking Where did that Xenos person go? I thought maybe you knew Sherry Palmer. No, I would never, ever, ever, ever talk about my kid's mother like that. And unless you wrote a hit piece about me, then I could say whatever I want. But no, I would never. Lady Gaga. Oh, okay. Y'all are giving Gaga quotes. Are you ever going to make any more cooking videos? Maybe. I think. Hello, Tammy. Tammy and I are Facebook friends. Tammy, by the way, I'm in Facebook jail again. Miss Mary she commented on a post I made, and I just made a simple comment to my own Facebook friend in my own page and said, men are, and I gave the little bacon maker pig emoji. It was just a joke. I caught a 6-day ban for it. They caught it like that. It had to have been automatic. So ridiculous. Show off. Yes, I am a show off. I'm proud of my accomplishments. You know what else I show off? The fact that I'm not an alcoholic anymore, and I don't crave alcohol like ever. Bring out that sexy, Karen, naughty girl. Quit it. Adam Farrow, yeah, protein is necessary after a workout. Healthy fats are good for hormones like testosterone. Yep. Yeah, I eat proteins throughout the day, though. I keep probably higher than I normally would. Tammy T, crap. What? And yes, Caleb has seen my face. He's earned that much trust and respect. Thank you very much. What are you laughing at? You laughing at my sexy buddy? That's okay. I don't mind. Bonnie Johnson, I lost 30 pounds in the last few months. Well done. I was diagnosed with diabetes in March, and I have to watch what I eat. I do, however, need to exercise. Absolutely. They say diet and exercise because you really can't change one without the other if you really want to expect to see some significant health improvements. I didn't fully understand it until I was 45 years old. I think it was Adam or somebody earlier was talking about macros. I can't explain it very well. Just look up YouTube what it is. It's basically calories is key. You're either eating the exact amount of calories you need a day to maintain the same weight, or eating more calories and your battery stores it. Or if you do eat more calories and you don't burn it off, you can burn it off with exercise. If you don't, your body stores it in fat, again, depending on your age. If you don't eat enough calories, it's called a calorie deficit. And that's where you will lose weight no matter what. The key is, do you lose fat or muscle? Ideally, most people, especially Americans, because we all see in America, need to lose fat. The way to lose fat is to keep the calorie level lower, protein level within that calorie range, keep it higher than normal, and heavy ass lifting every day, or at least 3 to 4 times a day, bare minimum. Heavy lifting. Yep. Oh crap. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But, and I'm protesting that just by, if I get a notification, I'll just let them build up. I just won't get on Facebook, and I'll check, if my friends, posted some or tagged me or whatever, to read that. But I'm just not going, while they have me in the penalty box for something so stupid, I'm simply not going to get on Facebook, and I'm not going to watch the commercials that they need for people to watch in order for them to stay in business. I'm just not going to do it. Walking does wonders for diabetes, Bonnie. Yes, just exercise at your Trixie Kai. Hi. Nwata W here. Proud of you for all your children living with whom? You're proud of 2 of my boys live here. London lives in Texas with her mom, and Parker's a grown man living in Texas. Adam Farrow. Hi, Bonnie. Do you track carbohydrates? You're right, Caleb. Thank you. You're welcome. Zeno send it. I'm going to do something absurd. I'm building a radio transmitter in order to contact passing UFOs and hitch a ride off-world. I hope I meet the friendly aliens because the nasty ones are real bad. Come pick me up. Take me with you. And I actually went vegan a year ago, and it helped my heart and IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I did the vegan thing for a while, about 8 or 10 months. I was pretty strict about my vegan diet. Uh, it doesn't work for me for what I want to do. I may someday go back to either vegan or at least vegetarian diet. Um, I think humans, we're just so weird that we're all different, and maybe some people get by just fine with vegan diet. I'll occasionally, not since I've been working out, but I would occasionally just have a vegan diet for a day or two. You can get your proteins from various plants. You just have to eat more of them. AM, hey, Mr. Caleb, I'm literally in a custody battle with my ex. We divorced 10 years ago and she's just now fighting me. Your videos have helped me a lot. Thank you. Well, AM, you're welcome and best of luck to you. I'm glad you at least got through 10 years. That means your cheerings are older and not quite, it's hard anyway, but it's really, really hard when they're young. It's infinitely harder. But best of luck to you. T, stay away from fast food. It's so bad. Yep. Anything fast food is usually fried. And what makes so much of it so bad, yeah, ingredients maybe to a degree, but it's oil. Like 1 teaspoon of certain oil has like 140 calories, depending on which oil it is. You'd be surprised how much oil is in a bucket of fried chicken. It's a bunch. And those calories, you either work them off or they get stored in your fat cells. Hey, what's Sherry's last name, or better yet, her email? I'll just put it right here. Sherry and Ron Palmer. They are with Emily Courts. Right there. Take a screenshot of that, and right there, take a screenshot of that. Mazen, Beard, Caleb's back. Oh, but I'm in shape now. I still want to see that Hulk smash remake, dude. I did it yesterday. Not complete. Yeah, I mean, I did. I mean, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but yeah, I Hulk smashed this old find it, old Rockhounds t-shirt. Split it right down the middle, ripped it right off my chest. Like about yesterday, about within the first 5 minutes, Hulk smash. Vegetable oil has trans fat, the most dangerous type of fat. I just clicked on my own. Add them here. Okay, thank you. Yeah. And on CRISPR, it depends on what you have, but the first step is to find out the food that messes with you and cut them out. For me, it was dairy and heavy meats. Have I heard of keto diets? Well, duh. How could anyone not heard of keto? Back in the day, they used to call keto, what was it called? It's named after some guy. He's dead now. Yeah, it's just fad to me. Carbs are good. Carbs aren't bad for you. Obviously, if you've got some weird disease, then your doctor's going to know a little bit more better about that. But overall, carbs aren't bad. Carbs give us energy. Carbs are a friend. Just don't eat too much of the carbs. If you eat too much biscotti and too much carbs in general, pies and whatnot, if that's all you eat, you don't get any protein, and you don't exercise, of course you're going to look like a big fat whale. Charlie Girl 915. That's crazy. I missed it yesterday, but I just saw the original about 5 minutes ago. Wild. Oh, cool. I'm assuming you're talking about you missed yesterday where I ripped my shirt off. right within the first 5 minutes. If you want to watch the one from yesterday, I just got a wild hair and created a new character. Called her literally myself OG Karen. Is that a Caleb Leverett right there? Just called myself OG Karen. Gee, I wonder what would happen if parents had no influence on children. Well, I mean, parents do influence children. That's our job. If we didn't do it, then somebody's going to influence them. State. That son of a bitch, Caleb Leverett. Yep. That's me. I think a lot of people like Sherry probably refer to me as that. Son of a bitch, Caleb Leverett. Matthew Doherty King. How do I get a lovely girlfriend? How's the song go? You want to be happy for the rest of your life? Make an ugly woman your wife? Have y'all watched The Boys yet? Oh, what's his name? He was singing that song. I can't think. I don't have to go watch season 3 again. Atkins, there you go. Thanks, Adam. The Atkins diet. Yeah, pretty sure back in the day, what's now known as keto, 15, 20 years ago is known as the Atkins diet. And on heavy meat, steak, ham, salmon, and pork, Caleb, he was asking me for tips on IBS. Okay. Dr. Atkins, I'm pretty sure he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's been dead quite a while. The only reason I remember hearing that, I think I remember hearing Rush Limbaugh, and I hadn't listened to Rush in years, talk about him being dead and being attacked by people. Which, weird enough, Rush Limbaugh himself died like last year. Sugar makes me sick. Can't eat too much like cake candy. I've always been fruit and vegetable type of chicken. Okay. I mean, again, I've never really eaten a lot of intentional sugars, but the more I've learned about diet and just keeping within my macros and not overeat, sometimes if I want to eat a big old fat piece of chocolate cake or pecan pie, now I enjoy it. It's fun. Ali Alina, Mr. Caleb, you're a stud. Love your videos. I'm going to screenshot that. See, I am a stud because Allie told me so. Thank you, Allie. Taste my cannon. You and Parker look alike. Yep. Yeah, people think we've been told occasionally when we're walking side by side, we look like brothers, older and younger brothers. Like, yep. That's an insult to him and a compliment to me, I guess. Oh boy, the old Karen might be the Sherry. Yeah, she's kind of a Karen to me. Xenos Ascendant helps that I have no family, no friends. I'm just real concerned about encountering hostile beings because they vivisect. It's a new word for me. Vivisect people in the cruelest ways, and NATO government covers it all up. I love conspiracy theories. Maybe they do. Area 51, maybe. Bonnie Johnson, Matthew, just be yourself. When you're not looking for a girlfriend, it's when you find her. That's actually the best advice I've ever heard. Don't look. Be who you are, and Matthew, go create excellence. Make yourself the best you can be. Work your body. Get your body in the best shape possible. Read a lot of books, get lots of exercise, find a hobby, or maybe your hobby is your job, and just get filthy stinking loaded, and you'll be surprised. Bonnie's right. That person, they just bump into you. You just bump into those are the best kinds. Kind of like pets. When you find a pet that way, those make the best pets. Madison, watching The Boys as we speak. Just started watching it. Homelander's a complete prick, and Starlight is too nice, and it's kind of pissing me off. Yep, Starlight is almost pompous and annoying, but she's a good person. And Homelander is a complete prick, but he is hilarious, and his character is just amazing. That guy nailed it. I forgot his name. Anthony Starr, I think his name. I've never heard of him before. Lovely Linda. Hello, everyone from Spain. Well, hello, lovely Linda. I'm glad to hear your name for somebody from Spain. I've heard from some people from Spain, but not a lot of people. But welcome to my crazy channel. I got through what I normally do is I'll have a topic that I'll talk about, and I'll go through it for about an hour, and then just I like talking to people. And this is just kind of just a hangout hour. We just kind of chill and just, I've got my regulars like old Panda here. Has been here for a long time, or ever since I really started. I've always admired some of Parker's lines that were absolutely badass. Well, thanks. The one people seem to quote the most, one step closer to death, I think is one he said. Most of my sugar comes from fruits. Good. There's nothing wrong with that, Miss Tammy. Sarah Jane. Hello, lovely Linda. Dannon. Vivisection is when they cut you open while you're still alive, right? Oh, man. Really? There's a name for that? Isn't that what that nasty-ass movie, Human Centipede, was about? I couldn't watch it. The boys watched it. I was like, you are fucking disgusting. Adam, a woman who get married while virgins only divorce statistically 19% of the time. Best chance at maintaining a marriage. A woman who gets married while being a virgin? I don't know if that has any. I don't know if that has any bearing on it or not. That's just, again, that's one of those weird things about religion that just bugs me. The big religions are always concerned about people's virginity, and particularly a woman's virginity. It's just creepy to me. Bill Moody, dogs are the best pets. That's subjective. I love my little kitty. Some people I know love their cockatoos. I'm on this cockatoo kick. I've been watching a lot of Instagram people that have these exotic cockatoos, and cockatoos are so cool, especially when you teach them to cuss. Fuck the family court. Rock. Fuck the family court. Rock. Sienna Price, does swinging count as exercise? I can't always get out on a walk on my own due to my handicap. I almost made a really, really inappropriate joke, but I'm not going to. Yeah, maybe. If you're gonna do that, I don't know it. Not much. It's not. You got to get your heart rate up. Just whatever physical activity you can do to get your heart rate up regularly. I feel a shout to Blaine. You rock. Yeah, Blaine. All right, shout out to Blaine, my son, my third oldest. He does rock. So does Hayden. Lovely Linda, followed you for a while now, Caleb. Well, thank you, lovely Linda. I appreciate it. I've changed a lot. I don't do the whole hold my camera up in the face of assholes that are fucking with my kids anymore. They're all grown, and I just get to, chill. What in the world? Chuck Norris is in the house. I break boards, but birds don't hit back. I love Chuck Norris jokes. Logan Cochran. Hello, Logan. How are you? I've never been religious, and maybe I never will be. That's fine. I mean, people want to be religious, they can be religious. I think the coolest thing about religion is when people just keep it to themselves. Bill Moody, I have to disagree. Rabbits are the best pets. You've got a pet rabbit? And I used to raise Burmese pythons, and coincidentally, I would raise rats and 5-pound rabbits, and that was their food. I'd have to, snakes got to eat, so I'd feed them rats and rabbits. So, hope you aren't squeamish. My little Susan is my cuddle buddy. Is Susan your little rabbit? Chuck Norris, I like PB&J. Chuck Norris doesn't eat peanut butter and jelly. Chuck Norris makes peanut butter scared of jelly if he wants them to be. Bonnie Johnson, I'm a dog person myself. When the timing's right, I'll get myself a pug. Pugs are so cute. Oh, Caleb, I've watched birds cussing. Yeah, I have. It's fun. I'm gonna teach. If I ever get one, if I ever get enough money, have a proper facility, not keep them in a tiny cage. I'm gonna get some cockatoos, and they're gonna learn to say "fuck the family court." Fuck the family court. Adam Farrow, it's not creepy if they both wait until marriage, but I'm not going to judge. Me personally, I will never settle down with a woman who's been promiscuous and can't maintain a relationship. Okay, well, I mean, you've got every right in the world to do that. Hayden, you rock, Hayden. He does rock. He's a little under the weather at the moment. Lovely Linda, how are your boys, Caleb? Hope all is well. They're all great. They're just great. They're not little shits anymore. They're all big shits. They're all taller than me. How are me good now? I'm fine. I'm still great. Just waiting on my update for the family court with my lawyer, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Oh, Gavin Norris of Odessa, Texas, my lawyer, still to this day hasn't contacted me, emailed, text, called, or otherwise. You've got sugar gliders, Karen. They are so cute. I've held this sugar glider many years ago. A friend of mine once had a what's it called? It's kind of like a sugar glider, except it's a monkey, the same size, but it's called a marmoset. You ever seen a marmoset monkey? They're like that big. They're like little tiny. They're full grown. They're like miniature monkeys. They really are the monkey family. They're so cute. Exactly. Thanks inside. Panna Parker, you rock, Parker. Heck, London, you rock. Well, thank y'all very much. Sienna, if I had a bird, I'd try to get to say squeak or kiss. Oh, come on, let's get crazy, Sienna. Gotta teach them, live on the edge a little bit. Get them to cuss just a little. You ever see Deadpool 2 and he's trying to get Colossus to cuss just one time because he thinks he's dying? And his last request was Colossus, I want one thing from you. Oh, yes. What is it? What is it, Deadpool? Anything. Say fuck. Oh, come on, man. It's my dying wish. Just say fuck. Fuck. Gotcha. I love Deadpool. I'm a huge Deadpool fan. Don't really care for Ryan Reynolds. His acting and anything else pretty much sucks to me. But Deadpool movies, he nailed it. He nailed it. He's forever typecast in my mind. He's just the Deadpool guy. My cat, Uncle Peanut Butter. That's the coolest cat name. Tori, Chuck Norris makes the crust on his PBJ sandwich remove itself. That's right. Xenos, the only problem is that I have pet birds who I want to take with me, but if I make a mistake, I will be condemning them to horde fate as well as myself. Yeah, that's a downside really to any pet, but birds, it's a lot harder to find a place, a good, safe place for them. My buddy, whatever we are, Sade, she had a pet. What was Ron? His name was Ron. I didn't realize till later it's named after Ronald Weasley. Yes, named after Harry Potter, Ronald Weasley. He's a little green parrot. I forgot what kind he was. She told me, I just forgot. Anyway, she had to give him to a home because he had special needs or something. She had to drive clear across the country to find a place because she would not give him to just anyone. Lovely Linda, what's a sugar glider? It's just a little, I don't know. It's like a miniature cross between a raccoon and a mouse, and it's just miniature. And I think they jump out of trees and they spread their legs and their arms, and they've got these big old flaps of skin, and they can just they literally glide. They're really super cute. Life does come in full circle, boy. It's a beautiful thing. Yep. Kicking Sumo 807. This might sound very weird, to you, but I was just looking at my YouTube recommendations and I seen the video from 9 years ago about the 14-year-old. I seen you live, and I was about to watch that video. Hello, Kicking Sumo 807. I would highly recommend a lot of what I talk about on my now podcast, 9 years later. A lot of what I talk about will make so much more sense if you'll watch the 14-year-old Parker movie. And then after that, watch Parker versus the Man, where Parker is taken away from me. And then later, watch the Blaine series. I've got them all on my channel. You can look them up, the Parker series and the Blaine series. And then I've got a section just for podcasts. And this podcast is only about 6 weeks old. We're almost at 2 hours, and my voice is starting to go. Pan, I have the right to remain silent, and I will use it on cops unless absolutely necessary not to. Yeah, I would highly advise if you get pulled over by the police, and especially if they put you under arrest and they tell you your right to remain silent, do it. Stay silent. Don't talk. Wait till you get a lawyer. Lovely Linda, I agree, Caleb. If you had a bird, you should teach it to say, fuck the family courts. Ha, ha, ha. That's right. And I'm also going to teach them to say shit like, taxation is theft. Taxation is theft. Zeno's Ascended. I have a pigeon, 2 budgies, I don't know what a budgie is, and a cockatiel. And I would love to take them to space with me, but as far as I know, the few Civ refugees to leave Earth never take any pets. Are you going to get on one of Elon's rockets? You know, my rabbit's name is Susan. Oh, come on. Why'd you name your rabbit Susan? That's a human girl's name. Watch From, please. Oh, I will. I keep forgetting. I'm in the middle of a new one. Have y'all seen Outer Range on Prime? Pretty wow. It's not what I expected. It's with Josh Brolin. It's sort of a cowboy flick, but there's a really wacky twist to it that they're real slow to introduce to it. Again, it's called Outer Range. Pretty good show. It's the very first season. There are only 8 episodes, and I'm on episode 4, I think. But I will watch From. I'll try to remember to watch it. Stormfire. Have you ever watched regular show on a cartoon? I don't have cable. I don't watch cartoon. If it's not on YouTube or Netflix or Prime, I pretty much don't watch it. Adam, hey Kayla, I gotta go. Great stream to everyone watching the stream, and to you, Kayla, have a great day and God bless. Also, I'll try to set up the debate. Take care. Thanks very much, Adam. I appreciate it, and have a good evening yourself. If you can get that debate done, that'd be awesome. Zenas, I would love to have a pangolin, a spiky lizard creature, very cute. Never heard of them. Maybe they are cute. I don't know. Taryn Gutierrez, how is everyone getting along now? We're fine. Oh, you mean my kids? The kids are fine. I just can't talk about their personal stuff. T, I wouldn't be shocked if your story won't be a movie. Seriously. People keep telling me that they would love to see it, and maybe it will. I don't know. I don't know if it's big enough or not. I don't know if it's interesting or not enough. To me, it's interesting, but thank you. I hope it does. I think it'd be badass, or a movie or a series, mini-series. Thanks, man. You have a good day, and have a great day, and thanks for letting me know. You're welcome, Kicking Sumo. Earth and space. Y'all are silly. I named her after my mom. Oh, okay, well, then Susan is a perfectly acceptable name for a rabbit. Then that's a great idea. A movie of Caleb's journey. Maybe. Maybe that's the big secret that I'm hiding that I hadn't talked about with Parker. Just kidding. No, it's not. I promise it's not. Just kidding. I was wishing it into existence. Cowboy 01 Jeffy. Why do you think the government? That's not a complaint. That's not a complete sentence. Why do you think the government? Why do I think what? I think it is shit. Yet we are better off than most governments in USA. I criticize the United States government constantly because I think that's part of what makes it as good as it is. It's not my favorite, but I don't think I'd be happy with any of them. It's certainly better than a lot of places. I'm happy to live in a place where I can criticize my government because they need it. That's what keeps them in line and what keeps the machine going, I guess. Kaysen is better. Hey, you might remember me from like every stream. I try to tune in, and all the lives just moved into a new house. Well, cool. What do you think of your new house? And thanks for catching the stream, man. If I'm successful, I plan to use alien technology to terraform a world and use my birds as the foundation for the dominant species. Budgie world, birds in space, indeed. You sound like this political activist that I once met named Vermin Supreme. You're a little different on what your worldview is, or what your specific intentions are, but your worldview is, well, his worldview is he runs for president every 4 years, and he runs on the platform of mandatory toothbrushing and free ponies for all. He wants to create a pony-based economy, and so he's going to have mandatory toothbrushing laws. And he's one of my favorite anarchist activists ever. I've met him once in 2011 or 12. I met him at a convention down in Tampa, Florida, of all places. Y'all get him if you had a chat. I'll just put his name in the comments. Vermin Supreme. He's hilarious. He's a really intelligent guy. If you watch his bullshit stuff he does, he looks like he's always clowning around, which he is. But I have seen a serious side of him. The man is extremely intelligent. All right, kiddies, we're just over the 2-hour mark, and my voice is going. I'm going to be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. If you're still in the comment section, if you don't mind, before you go, before you close it out, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think I'm an asshole and I shouldn't be addressing people like Sherry and Ron Palmer who write hit pieces on me. But either way, it helps the algorithm. If y'all want me to, if I missed some comments and I didn't read it out, I apologize. Put your comment once it goes live on my channel. And if you are getting something out of my podcasts, if you know somebody that you think they would enjoy them, if you would, just email them to them, or however you prefer your communication with your friends or family. I am trying to actively grow my podcast, and I am going to start. I've done it once, but I am going to start promoting my memberships. I'd like to build up my membership. I think the cheapest membership at the moment is like $5, but I think I'm going to go. I've been meaning to do it, but I think I'm going to do it like $1, like get it down where it's reasonable, because like really, really reasonable. I want to encourage more people to get some members, because I really want to build this. I want to make more of a better living doing this. So I'm going to put Vermin Supreme's name up there to end this out, and I will see y'all tomorrow at 8 p.m. on this same bat channel, same bat station at 8 p.m. And consider not hitting your cheer-ins. Just talk to them. They're fun. Take care. See y'all tomorrow.